See if I can bring up a new live here. Okay. That was one day ago. Let's see, I gotta get this live going here. Well, I'm on live right now. No, you can't bring that transport. Round two, game three. See if we can make third night. So where do I find my regular live? Why is it showing the ninth? That's what I don't understand. It's the 10th, but can I change the date on the live stream? That's all I need to know. Can I change the date? Okay. I'm watching. All right, everybody, let's get on YouTube here, guys, gals. You want to come in? I'll try and send you the information, the link to add some guests. But there's a lot of things happening out there that we need to get off of. Okay. Wow, my phone gets pretty hot. But anyway, we want everybody to jump in there and see. Hopefully we get some people coming in here, and you can text, chat, whatever you want to do here. But yeah, we want to get everybody happening out there. Carnivals are happening. We're plenty of shows for Tillman. All right, Woodstock coming up. So let's all see what we can do here, guys. Anyway, what do you think about the Alto train service, guys? This is just an info day, right? We're gonna do an info day. We're gonna jump on here later on, but we want everybody to realize what the hell. Let's get the. Well, what's going on with Alto? It's all run by Via Rail Canada, Via Rail website. They're in operations. They're running the trains. But if you all don't want the Alto train, then they're also saying no to Via Rail. That is my prospect. And that's right on their site. If you don't want Via Rail, then it's going to be a big task. I know everybody says, oh, no, 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 I don't want nothing. Well, you're going to end up with nothing. Just no matter what anybody says or does, I have a feeling it's going to happen because they're not going to listen to people, whether you like it or not. We need the tracks so they can make money. Because you know why? Because that'll lower our taxes, okay? That's what the plan is. The government's losing money because they are having to pay that money out to CN. CN and CP are independent train companies. They're not owned by the government. They're a corporation, but they're not owned by the government. So now they're paying that corporation billions of dollars to operate the trains. Why do you think CN sold it to government of Canada to run via? They've been in operation since 1978. Also was in the project in 1978 when they were planning to do their own, but they had to make money first. But, but with the rising cost, the parts they need, they are losing money. And that's the biggest problem. People don't see why. Sure, you may think $90 billion a lot, but they're also paying quite a bit out to operate on on the other track. That's what you don't see. When they're paying that kind of money out just to operate, it's not going to be sustainable because they're losing money. It costs them more and more money every year. And if we don't get this sorted out, there's going to be if there's no track, it's not hurting the environment. What are they doing now? They want to put fencing in between the trains now and around the tracks that they have for safety. If too many people are getting stupid, cars driving down the track. There's a lot of issues about that. It's, it's no different. You think that they're hurting the environment over here, but it doesn't make any sense. It's no different than moving the tracks to another location. Same shit. But I see what's happening out there. Nobody wants anything out there, and that's the biggest problem out there. Everybody says no. You say no, you get nothing. It's like the hard hub. That will not be opening. I guarantee 100%. If that doesn't open, they're not getting the 400. They want $400 million for $4 million, but there's no permit. They have not. They had they they had permission to do things back in early September. They have not submitted anything. It takes 4 to 6 months to do the renovation, and now all of a sudden they got no permit. They're supposed to be open in December. And it's supposed to open by the end of April. We're into May, people. Think about what's happening. There's no talk. There's no communication. Did the property owner not get the funding to purchase the building? I think the city of Brockville needs to take over. They should turn that into housing. Housing. And that's why we just lost a warming shelter, a shelter. And now where are these homeless people supposed to go? That's the biggest problem in our community. Even Grandma doesn't do shit. MPP doesn't do shit either. You got apartments empty. Got over 8,000 apartments here in Brockville empty. We've got people on the street. Because the landlords want more and more money. That's got to stop. I think all those apartments in Cartier, they used to have locked doors. They're not locked doors anymore. Oh, the buzzers don't work. I wonder why the buzzers don't work, because the door's broken. They need to fix those buzzers that they were. Those buzzers are meant for each apartment number. They match the numbers. Why? Because I know. And nobody wants to fix. You get $1,500 a month. 24 units. So each unit was $1,500. Okay, we go $1,500 times 24 units. Okay, 24. $1,500 times 24 units. That's, they're making $36,000 just at $1,500 a month. Okay, now you got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I believe there's 10 buildings. Okay, we're going to times that by 10. Times that by 10. I want to say 10 buildings. That's 300 now. And rent. If all those apartments are the same price at $1,500. Okay, that's $360,000 a month. They're gaining profit. Profit, people. Okay, per month. That's not a year. Think about it. And they don't fix shit. There's no way the hydro bills are that kind of money. Okay? There's no way. You know, that's the biggest problem. So now we take 360,000 times 12. So in 12 months, they're making $4,320,000 a year. That's on just those 10 buildings, but they own more in Brockville. Okay, so in a year, that corporation is making a shit ton of money. They own one on Broadway Avenue. There's 2 of them there. I don't know how many units are in there. No, whatever their prices are. Like, you know, I'm just estimating with $1,500 a month rent. So if they're in 1 year they're making 4.320 million. Now think about how many buildings that corporation actually owns and how much money in just rent and profit they're making without paying the property taxes. So they're making an ass kicking a year. And that's the problem. These landlords and corporations, they don't fix shit. And we need to get them to be accountable. And that's the biggest problem. We need to change it. You know, call the MPC and say, hey, can you do something to get these landlords to drop their rent? But we need to get all these apartment doors locked fixed in the north end. There's a couple buildings there. Yeah, the front buzzers are there. The front door's locked, but you can go to the back door and open the back door and walk in. What good is that shit? They were built as secure buildings in the 1980s. That's what's on the paperwork at City Hall. Now, anybody that owns those buildings should be fixing them. That's the requirement. Anybody can walk in. The homeless can walk in that building and go to sleep in the hallway. And that shit's got to stop in this country. It's got to stop. But there's a lot of things you got to change, and nobody wants to change shit. You know, nobody wants to do nothing out there. If people want to come in, I'm on YouTube and Facebook, and I'm playing on YouTube too. I'm watching things on YouTube right now because I have a hard time finding on Facebook. But come on over to YouTube and click on my live stream. It says May 9th, but it's actually May 10th. I don't know why. It's an open panel. We have round two, game three show. But there's a lot of things out there that just show. But anyway, it's no more KYC. The tandem. Oh, pardon my chain link. Oh, good. Good.
Pay taxes on your sources of income, and you begin to systematically transfer that money away from you in the form of every financial transaction. What's going on, everyone? So, some pretty big news actually. Tangem just announced today that they are. Let's double check something here.
Good.
Tangem announced that they are partnering with Chainlink, and the reason they're doing this is to help eliminate, not completely eliminate, but to help eliminate KYC. And I'll get to what I mean by that in just a second.
Okay, good.
But the ultimate goal with this is to basically make using different things like buying crypto and selling crypto and even Tangent Pay to make all that much more seamless. Because crypto right now, not that seamless, and the ultimate goal, at least from what I've experienced,
That's what we're looking at.
Make things as seamless as
Yes,
possible.
Tangent Pay is coming here soon to Canada. I don't know when. But we're just kind of following up on some stuff here. So
just getting over a cold or maybe it's allergies, I'm not really sure. Either way, my apologies. But I also have some other big news regarding Tangent. This just all happens to fall on the same day. Tangent is running a massive campaign right now where if you purchase a wallet now between May 5th to June 5th, you have a chance to win $5,000 in Bitcoin. You can also win a brand new 256 gig iPhone what is it, 17 now, along with a bunch of other prizes. But on top of that, they're having a buy one get one 50% off deal. Plus, you get
Right.
20% off your order.
This is what you need to
Plus,
listen
you
to,
get
guys.
$20 in free Bitcoin and free shipping. And that's assuming you're buying the buy one get one deal. You get all that between now and June 5th. So the link to that deal, it's my custom link that they gave me. It's down in the description of this live stream. But even if you don't want to do the buy one get one deal, you still get the 20% off plus the free Bitcoin, and you still get entered into the drawing for $5,000 in Bitcoin, the free iPhone, and whatever else they're offering. And they
I'm not
will
sure how
announce winners
Tandem
live
check works.
on the Discord, so
Is it
it'll all
fair
be
to
very
just
transparent,
is
and
it
everyone will know
iPhone? No.
if you won or didn't win. So definitely take advantage of that.
It's easier to send it
But let's get into the main
to
thing.
Ethereum,
And of course, if you have any questions,
but
comments,
it's good to
concerns,
have like
drop them in the
SigPay.
chat, and I'll be sure to answer them.
You know, like
Let
I
me
have
share my
SigPay, so I
screen.
send it from my Tandem
So yeah, just browsing
over to the other.
today on X, and I saw this post from Tangem. Tangem partnering with Chainlink to build the identity and compliance layer that will unlock new financial services in the Tangem wallet.
So what does
So
that
what does
mean?
that actually mean for us as users? Well, some services like Tangem Pay, as well as on and off ramp. So anytime you buy crypto or sell crypto through Tangem, you generally have to go through the KYC or know your customer process to use those services. This isn't a Tangem rule. This is required by law for these services to exist and for these exchanges to operate. Now, generally though, when you're buying crypto through not just Tangem but any cold wallet, they have multiple partners that they have partnered with. So let's say you buy crypto today and you use MoonPay. Maybe you buy crypto a week from now and there's an exchange with a better rate. Well, the Tangent wallet or whatever cold wallet will generally choose the one with the best rate. So if you're using a different exchange that next time, you have to go through the whole KYC process. And we've all been through it. You have to, upload your ID. You have to enter your social security number. You have to enter your address, your full name. You have to do a selfie. And every time you want to use these services, assuming you're using a different partner within the wallet, you have to resubmit all this information. And that's where the Tangem and Chainlink partnership comes in. More specifically, they have integrated Chainlink Ace. So basically, instead of having to go through KYC every single time, with Chainlink Ace, all you have to do is do your KYC once, and then anytime you're interacting with DeFi or you're buying or selling crypto or using Tangent Pay with your specific Tangent wallet, you'll never have to do KYC again because it's all handled by that initial time that you did it with Chainlink Ace. And if you don't know what Chainlink is, it's not a blockchain, but it's basically a bridge that connects blockchain-based smart contracts to real-world data. So in this case, it's using smart contracts to basically make it so you only have to enter your personal information one time, and you have access to the entire Tangent ecosystem, basically indefinitely. So ultimately, the goal is just a better user experience. And this has been, an annoying thing if you've ever bought crypto through Tangem or again any cold wallet, and you've used the different platforms. You have to go through the KYC multiple times. You no longer have to do this. So I don't know of any other cold wallet manufacturer who has integrated something like this, and I think a lot more wallets will begin to do this because the shift that I'm seeing in cold storage specifically is hardware wallet companies. Most of the hardware wallets on the market today are secure. They're going to secure your crypto. I mean, they're offline devices. It's virtually impossible to not secure your crypto. So given that security is a given when you're getting a hardware wallet, the main focus for a lot of these hardware wallet manufacturers now is user friendliness, usability, creating a more seamless, enjoyable experience. And I think that's why Tangem has risen to the top, and that's why I recommend it so often, is because it's ultimately, in my opinion, out of the 35 hardware wallets that I own and have tested, in my opinion, it's one of the more enjoyable options. But we're also seeing Ledger move more towards usability. Like they just recently updated their app, the Ledger Wallet app. even wallets like Trezor, just with the new Trezor Safe 7 they released, it's a lot more user friendly. It's their first wireless wallet. You can use it with Bluetooth. It has a battery. And I think if
There's
we
a
want
lot
to
of
see
stuff
crypto
there.
mass adoption, this is what really needs to happen. We need things to be more seamless, and we need it to be. You shouldn't even know or really realize that you're interacting with different blockchains or using crypto. It should just work, kind of like the internet right now. It just works. You open up your phone, you jump on YouTube, you jump on Google, and it just works. You don't need to know why. It just happens. That's exactly where crypto is heading. And I truly believe Tangent, at least in the self-custodial hardware wallet space, I think Tangent is leading the way. And we're starting to see a lot of other manufacturers follow. Another thing that, you know, that we've seen wallets, I don't want to say copy, but have been following closely behind Tangent is creating like seedless cards.
What does it
Like,
mean for frozen accounts currently?
Ledger, they recently launched their recovery card. So this holds your seed phrase. It's a pin protected card that holds your seed phrase. It's a similar concept to Tangent. I think even Trezor has talked about doing something like this. So again, the ultimate end goal is a better user experience without sacrificing security, and that's exactly what this Tangent and Chainlink
Another
partnership
partner with
is
Cold
focusing on.
Exchange.
And I
I
think it's huge
usually wanted to.
because we all know, at least we should by now,
Tangent
that
doesn't
the number one
interface
reason why people lose
with
money in
phone
crypto is user
numbers.
error. It's not because anyone's hardware wallet is
This
getting hacked.
you need Tangent
Hardware wallets don't really
started in
get hacked.
security
There have
service.
been a few physical hacks, like the hacker needed physical possession of the device. But in terms of just using your hardware wallet at home, they don't get hacked. It's an offline device. Unless you make the error of connecting to the internet and signing a malicious transaction, signing contract approvals. So ultimately, if you're not using your hardware wallet the way that it was designed to be used to secure your crypto, then yes, bad things can happen. And this applies to every hardware wallet. But I feel pretty confident saying that most hardware wallets on the market today will secure your crypto if you use it the way it's meant to be used. Your lottery dreams could be that much closer with Direct Pay at olg.ca. Another thing that I wanted to touch on in regards to crypto security in general, but also Tangent, I released a video yesterday how to send crypto between Tangent wallets and also how to set up multiple Tangent wallets. One of the main reasons I launched that video is because I had a lot of people asking me, well, one, how do I send crypto between Tangent wallets, and two, how many hardware wallets do I actually use? Now, I can't answer that for you because it really depends on your own situation. But we have clear examples that if you do not diversify or split up your crypto between multiple wallets or even multiple crypto exchanges, it's a huge risk. I think a good example would be FTX in the exchange space. If you held all your crypto on FTX, odds are you probably lost it all. And if you didn't lose it all, you had to wait 3 years to get any of that back. In terms of the cold wallet space, it's just as risky. Look at Brandon LaRoche. Brandon LaRoche he's a retired man. He had $3 million of XRP stored on his LEPAL hardware wallet. He messed up, made a mistake, and he lost his and his wife's full retirement, all $3 million worth. Yet if he had split that crypto, even between just two different wallets, he would at least still, let's just say he split it 50-50, he would at least still have $1.5 million. So the reason I made that video yesterday, I highly recommend you go watch it if you haven't, is it shows you how to split your crypto into multiple Tangent wallets, and you can do this with any brand of wallet. I just think Tangent has implemented it so that it's easy to do, which again is one of my main goals. Teaching crypto security is to make it easy for anyone and everyone. So with Tangent, you can set up and manage as many wallets as you want in the app. So you could buy 2 cards today, and if you decide 3 months down the road that you want another Tangent wallet, you can buy another pack and add it to your app, and you have 2 completely separate wallets with their own seed phrases, where you can then split your crypto between both wallets, and you have the added security of both wallets. That way, if you do make a mistake and something happens to one of your wallets, it's not highly encourage diversifying your crypto. I have several Tangent wallets at this point, and even if you don't want to use Tangent, you could have like a Tangent and a Ledger, or a Ledger and a Trezor, or a Trezor and a Tangent, however you want to do it. Again, I like Tangent because you can manage the wallets all in the same app, and to switch between your wallets is
Yeah,
super
I'm
simple. You
listening
just
here,
swipe
guys.
left and
So
right,
stay with me.
and I can actually show you. Again, if you just watched that video I posted yesterday, it's really easy.
You know what's going on with tandem and stuff,
So
guys.
like
It's
here in the
good to
Tangent
learn.
app, if you just swipe, I just switch to my other wallet, and then I can swipe that, and you can transfer crypto between it. So if you only have one Tangent wallet right now, you might want to consider getting a second one, especially with the crazy deal they're going on right now. Or at the very least, even getting another brand of wallet, whether that's a Ledger or a Trezor,
I know I got too
or
much open right
whatever your
now on
preference is.
mine, but
But like April, just a few days ago, April was one of the worst months since February 2022 that we've had for crypto losses. $650 million of crypto loss in April. A majority of that, over 70%, was due to wallet compromises. What does that mean exactly? That means user error. So people not using their wallets correctly.
that's
That's
right.
why it's so freaking important to use multiple wallets. Because especially if you're newer to crypto, and even myself, I'm not immune to this, but eventually you're bound to make a mistake. Whether that mistake results in you losing all of your crypto, it depends on what the mistake is. But one way you can guarantee that you don't lose all your crypto is to separate your crypto into multiple wallets. So, but yeah. And if you want to watch that video that I'm just talking about, how to add multiple Tangent wallets to your app and how to
Anyway, they're
transfer
gonna
crypto
cut this off
between them,
and
super easy. I'll make
get
sure to
back
leave
to
that
Facebook.
video
But
up here, and you can watch it next. Of
so if
course,
you're
if you're
looking
watching this
for
later.
info,
That
go
said, I
ahead.
do want to jump over to the chat here and answer
Go
all
ahead.
your questions, comments,
I just
concerns. It
wanted to
doesn't have
find
to be
out
about
about
Tangent. This could be